Welcome to this virtual session of the 2023 Tennessee STEM Innovation Summit, Sparking Curiosity. Thank you for joining us as we discuss TSIN's Rural STEM Education Toolkit created by Tennessee's Rural STEM Alliance. My name is Sarah Combs. I'm a middle school CTE STEM teacher in the northern part of Sumner County, and today I'm joined by three more members of the Rural STEM Alliance. Unfortunately, a couple of us were not able to join today. Vaughn and Allison are not with us, but we do have Cedric Bunch with us.
Hi, I'm Cedric. I'm the director of the Extended Learning Program for Haywood County Schools in Brownsville, Tennessee, and I'm excited to be a part of this alliance.
Dina Sain.
Hi, everyone. I'm the Library Media Specialist at Bolivar Middle School in Hardenman County.
And Kathryn Vaughn.
Hi, I'm Kathryn Vaughn. I'm an elementary art teacher and after-school STEM teacher in Tipton County Schools.
So real quick, a little bit about how we got here. During the 2021 school year, TSIN created the Rural STEM Alliance, which is composed of teachers across the state who come from rural STEM designated schools. Through our meetings, we felt there was a need to create a starting point for schools in rural areas who might be looking for a place to start when it comes to increasing the presence of STEM education. It may seem like you're starting with a disadvantage as you hear from schools surrounded by more opportunities, when your school is located in an area with seemingly fewer resources and community partners. But it can be done. It might even be easier when there are less schools in an area competing for support. During the process of creating the toolkit, we hosted focus groups to ensure the information we compiled equally represented all regions of our state. It became clear that no matter what county we were hearing from, everyone agreed STEM education cultivates a culture of innovation and inquiry. This has become the vision for STEM in Tennessee. Together, we compiled advice and resources we wish we would have been available when our schools began moving toward increasing STEM-based strategies. In this toolkit, you will find various K-12 instructional resources, along with professional development opportunities for educators, along with tips for community partnership development and many career pathway options.
What we created together is the Rural STEM Education Toolkit, and today we're going to be presenting some aspects of what we have created as a group and how it can help you and your school develop its STEM programs. One of the first things we did was we hosted statewide focus groups and collected data from counties all across the state, as you can see in our map. The focus groups were conducted across the regions of West, Middle, and East Tennessee and included a variety of stakeholders and in our groups. And here's what they said. Overwhelmingly, 100% of our participants said that STEM benefits all learners across the board, no matter what their grade or program they were enrolled in Tennessee. 53% of our participants believed that Tennessee's rural schools and districts needed to prioritize STEM, and many have already taken steps to do so. We had over 42 counties represented during these groups. 92% of our participants, an overwhelming majority, believe that rural Tennessee communities need STEM education, especially if we want to keep our rural students competitive in a 21st century society. Upward mobility is also something that we looked at, as we know from research that STEM education leads to increased job opportunities and community revitalization. We've got a lot of opportunities in our state to grow our rural communities and revitalize communities that have been neglected for a long time. And doing that through STEM is something that can happen. 87% of Tennesseans use STEM skills on the job every day. We've done a lot introducing our students to these STEM professions and getting them ready for the next careers and STEM in education in Tennessee. We also introduced K-12 instructional resources during this presentation. Well-designed project and problem-based learning has been shown to reach in deeper learning and more engaged self-directed learners. Examples with our TVA, Tennessee Valley STEM, NASA, and PBL Works. And you can see some students taking part in one of their wonderful STEM programs.
So as we move forward with our toolkit, I'm pretty sure most of you are wondering, how can I get involved in bringing STEM into our school, into our district? So TSIN offers many different varieties of professional developments on each different level as it relates to the classroom teacher, all the way up to the principalship of what you can get involved in to bring the opportunity. So TSIN provides several professional development opportunities to share best practices in STEM. TSIN is committed to connecting educators, sharing best practices, and promoting professional learning and growth. So some of the professional developments that you can get involved with, especially as school building level leaders, is the Innovative Leaders Institute. And the Innovative Leaders Institute provides participant opportunities to network with other building level leaders across the state, visit innovative schools to examine different models of STEM integration, and share best practices and resources with the expectations of having an immediate impact on leaders' practices. The Innovative Leadership Institute, the ILI, are year-long trainings and mentoring experiences for educators led by some of the top innovative school leaders in Tennessee. The ILI provides participant opportunities to network with other building level leaders across the state, to visit Tennessee STEM designated schools, to examine different models of STEM integration, and to share best practices and resources. Another part of professional development that TSIN offers is the Tennessee Rural STEM Collaborative. Most of us on this call have already participated in the Tennessee Rural STEM Collaborative. But this is a year-long cohort of educators from across Tennessee that work towards ensuring that all students have high quality learning opportunities in STEM by exposing them to 21st century skills and local STEM career pathways. Cohort members interact with work-alike groups that concentrate on a specific areas of focus, which can be range from community and post-secondary partnerships, STEM integration, curriculum and instruction, and family engagement. For each area of focus, participants will engage in target professional development and have the opportunity to meet experts in the field. During the Tennessee Rural Collaborative, you have an opportunity to meet with different ones from your different areas of Tennessee, whether it's Middle, West, or East Tennessee, and you're able to work on different projects together to develop a partnership and to develop networking skills with one another that works for your area. You're also able to come together in your big meetings and to hear from the different areas of Tennessee, whether it's West, Middle, and East, to just hear what different ones are doing in their part of Tennessee. You're able to learn and to collaborate together for the common good of producing STEM, not only for the professionals in the room, but for the students that you will go back and serve in your different school districts. We also offer the new CTE STEM teacher training, which is required by the Tennessee Department of Education for new CTE educators teaching STEM programs of study. So some of those programs of study concentrate on STEM Explorers, which starts at our 6th grade level, which is most of our school for middle school. We also have STEM Innovators, which deals with our 7th grade. We have Career Exploration, which is our 8th grade, and then Advanced STEM Application, BioSTEM, and Engineering Technology that deals with our high school CTE. All of these programs work together from middle school up through high school on to post-secondary education for our students that are really interested in those STEM careers, that really want to go into engineering and technology and science and mathematics. We also, with professional development, we have what we call regional STEM hubs. With our regional STEM hubs, they are coordinated through the network and they are set up throughout the region. So let me kind of tell you what a STEM hub is, or what a hub is. Regional STEM innovative hubs are the nucleus of STEM activities. They represent a formal partnership among school district, post-secondary institutes, STEM businesses, and community organizations that are committed to amplifying and accelerating the impact of STEM programs in their regions. And all of this information can be found at tsin.org. But anytime that you are starting a work, there's always professional development that's needed around the work. in order to give you resources that you can use not only within your district, but also within your local classroom. I highly recommend that anyone that's working with STEM to go through any of these professional development programs with TSIN, not only for personal growth, but also for the growth that you can bring to the students that you serve, also the district that you serve. So there are many professional development opportunities available through TSIN. Not only are there professional development opportunities that we want to talk about, but I also want to talk about community partnership. And anything that we do with the school district, it is very important that we involve our community within our schools. Partnership benefits goes beyond the walls of the school building and have an impact on the surrounding community. They help students become aware of opportunities in their local community. One of the biggest issues that we talked about in our alliances was that rural communities, we don't have a lot of opportunities. Well, we found out there are more opportunities in a rural community than we initially anticipated. Exposing our students to STEM prepares them for a high quality job and in a high demand industry. That's quoted by Governor Bill Lee. We also are fortunate in our area of West Tennessee, which will also have an impact in Middle Tennessee as well as East Tennessee. We are fortunate in our area to have Blue Oval City coming that will create a host of community partnerships within our schools, as well as with our job market, as well as with other districts that is surrounding Blue Oval City that will flow to Middle Tennessee and East Tennessee. So why is it important to have community partnership? It's important to have community partnerships because you want your community to know and to be a part and very collaborative in what you're doing within your schools. These are not only our students of present, but these will also be our future. And so we need to develop our students to where they have learned the skills necessary to perform the jobs of today as well as the jobs of the future. As we know, Blue Oval City will produce electrical vehicles. So that's a new line of learning that not only will school-age students be able to accomplish, but also with teachers, we'll be able to learn what it takes to build an electrical battery, what it takes for an electrical car to run. Because let's grant it, most of us, we're used to the gasoline cars that we've been driving for years. So now the world is evolving, and as the world evolves, it's important that our students are connected with community. They are connected with industries within the community that they can learn. Not only are we offering those with community partnership, but we think about our dual enrollment that we have within our school districts, where we give students the opportunity now in high school to not only get a high school diploma, but that some of them can even earn an associate degree within their high school years. And so they graduate with an associate degree and a high school diploma, and they're ready to either go into the workplace or they're ready to go on to college to finish up what they plan to major in. So it's important to have community backing those partnerships, to be able to sponsor internships for our students during the summer, to be able to sponsor internships throughout the school year, where students are exposed to, what really happens in the industry. One of the things I was able to participate in through TSINs was the MEET program, was the Manufacturing Engineering Externship Program, where I was able to partner in the summer to work with the utility department in my local county, in my local city. And I learned so much about how utility actually works, the electricity, how does it work? How does the water, the sewer, it works? And I was afforded the opportunity by being a member of TSIN and being able to partner with my local community leaders to be able to go through and really understand. Sometimes we see things, but we don't really understand the background of it. So having those community partnerships allows us as community leaders, allows us as people of the community to come together for a common good and a common goal, and to learn what it really takes to operate and what it takes for us to work together as partners to make a better community, to make better students that we serve. Next slide, please. So the last thing I want to talk about in my presentation is talk about our career pathways. And I kind of mentioned this a little bit ago, I was dealing with community partnerships, the high school industrial partnerships, the local government partnership, the dual enrollment, university and community college partnership. And definitely we have to talk about TCAT partnerships. We're in a day and age now that TCAT is going to be extremely important. Those certifications, students, when I was a kid in school coming up, it was all about a four-year university. Go to school, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be a teacher. But as time has evolved, we have understood by going through this Rural Collaborative and going and studying with TSIN that there are so many other opportunities for our students. So one of the things that I know I push in my district, as well as the other ladies on this call, we push students to find what makes you happy, things that you will enjoy doing. And we create that pathway for those students to move to that career that they're going to enjoy. Tangible evidence of STEM and STEAM designated high schools are ready for college and career. 76% that has an average ready graduate score of 76%. This is 36% higher than the state average of 40% that the Tennesseans for Student Success says in 2021. So we are super excited to be able to be a part of the career pathways and the goals that our students have set for themselves. We want to encourage our students in the state of Tennessee, definitely in our rural communities that don't get a chance to see a lot of the exposure of our larger cities. We want them to know that whatever your goals are in life, you can meet those goals, even if you attend in a rural community. We want to bring the opportunities to our students all across the state of Tennessee. So with this pathways and with this toolkit, we want to have a common goal for all of our school districts to be able to have a start, to know what the high school industrial partnership looks like. When we're talking about partnerships, it's very important that when you create a partnership with an industry or your local government or dual enrollment or whoever you're partnering with, make sure you create a memorandum of understanding or a memorandum of agreement. This gives us the opportunity to gauge what we're doing. As a school, this is what we're looking for from our community partnership. And as a local industry or government, these are the things that we're expecting to see. Most partnerships, they're looking for students that can come aboard and take on the next line of the job to keep the career rolling. So it's very important as community leaders, it's very important as leaders that we partner together and we collaborate together to make our schools great for our students and give them option in careers and partnerships.
Thank you so much. And like we said, as you saw on the slide, Kathryn showed you on slide 4 was a picture of the toolkit that the 6 of us, along with Brandy from TSIN, created. Hundreds of hours went into it, and it is just jam-packed with links for you to be able to go to. We're just highlighting a few of them here. So I encourage you, as we talk about this, for you to, if you can open up on your computer or your phone somewhere, if you just go to tsin.org and you click on resources, you will see the picture of our toolkit, which we had shown. And there's 3 things under resources. There's STEM resources, curriculum, lesson plans, and then there's a picture of the front of our Rural STEM Education Toolkit. If you click on it, you will see all 12 pages, and we are highlighting just a few of those today for you. So like I said, we are now on the grant funding opportunity page. There are 11 different links in the toolkit if you go to that, and we're just going to spotlight some. This is my 27th year teaching, and like Cedric mentioned, with Governor Bill Lee, he really likes STEM, so he has put millions of dollars in these programs for us. A lot of your schools may be getting the innovation grant. I know my middle school got $500,000 for that. But when we first started doing this in 2018, when we became I was part of the Rural Task Force, the money wasn't available, and so we were looking for grants. And even as much as we see coming now, those of us that have been in education a long time know it's not going to last, and you're going to be looking for other funding opportunities and places to go. TVA grants I put that first to talk about it simply because I've been awarded it 3 times for the past 3 years, and they go from $1,000 to $5,000. It helped me start my makerspace in the library. I do an after-school enrichment STEM program in the afternoons, and then we are, with the money that we're getting now from the state, we're going to expand that, and I'm going to be over a K-8 STEM program for our other feeder schools. But this can be, everybody always wonders when I talk to people in the community, well, what is STEM? And in the rural community I'm in Hardenman County, a lot of people think of ag STEM because of our Lone Oaks Farm, which our school system goes to, and they see things with the plants and the waters and the things like that. And then I have people that think, oh, I'm sure it's just all robots and things like that. And STEM's really, it's not a class, as we learn about through TSAN. It is just critical thinking skills for these kids, project-based learning, getting their hands on something and really working through it. And that's why the TVA grants are so great. That first year, I just, we didn't have a lot of technology things that the kids wanted to do. So my first grant, I got 3D printers and I got drones. And then my second year, last year when I was awarded, I got hydroponic systems. So we have been growing lettuce, and right now we're growing sunflowers and basil in my library, and we're trying to expand. And then this last year, I just talked to the middle schoolers. I said, what else do you want to do? And we just called this one Finding Your Why. And they just, there were so many things. They love to build things with the Legos. Some of the girls said, we want to make soaps. It was such a plethora of just a lot of different things, but that they wanted to do. What problem do you want to solve? How do you want to make the world better, or your county? And they were looking for just little things that they could do and they could build. We got an SVG cutter, and they were designing things that then they wanted to sell. So the TVA grants I highly, highly recommend. There are professional development grants out there. I know I've got Walmart grant, there's the Dollar General, there's Target, there's so many that can just for you to fit within your classroom budget, for you to really see something you want to do. And STEM incorporates almost anything that you want to do extra in your classroom. And I will say the TVA grants, I'm looking at that right now, they always open in September and they usually close in October. So once you've won one, you're kind of on that list and they will be reminding you of it. But if you've never done that, if you'll just kind of go and sign up for their newsletter, you'll know when that's available. A lot of these are just always continually rolling. And when we look at the NEA, they specifically have, if you will click on that link, you will see so many different opportunities for so many different things. And specifically, they narrow in on STEM grants for those to apply for. As you click on Next Wave. Next Wave is something that some of my group may want to jump in and talk about. I watched 2 webinars this year and I was just really, really intrigued and want to use them. I have not. If you do their webinars, they give you lots of free resources for you to look at. Everything is computer based for your students, and they have like a K-12 plan of just learning about different STEM careers and just doing different things and problem solving. And when you first go to their website, if you click on that link, you'll see that they show you lots of federal grants that you can get it through. And there's teacher quality partnership grant programs, and then they show the Toshiba, Samsung. So they also have links through them of all these different grants that you can go to through them. And then we also talk about on that page, if you click on local, those are local Tennessee-based foundation and district grants from STEMfinity. And STEMfinity, it's a great website. We started this group, we started this Rule Kit in 21, right, Cedric? We were starting doing it, and then we were waiting for the Department of Ed to approve everything. So we've been going back through and clicking every link and making sure the links are still good. STEMfinity, I had not really went through it, and it's amazing. If you click on it, it says your one-stop STEM grant resource. And I was just printing out all these different pages. They have it by subject. if you want a specific grant, if you feel like with STEM that you want to head just down a science path or technology, robotics, engineering, the arts, mathematics, 3D printing, they have some just for coding and programming. They have it by environment if you're trying to do one within your classroom or if you're trying to do an after school program. So I was just really impressed with that. And like I said, we get so caught up in just trying to just teach or just try to do, and we fall down a rabbit hole when we're trying to look at, well, what can I do? Where can I get money? And so that's why this Rural Toolkit, I think, is so amazing, because it has so many there, just right there. All you've got to do is click. There's also one there called the STEM Action Grant. It will take you and it'll do small grants up to $5,000. And then there's the After School Alliance Aim High grants, and it is all across the United States when you click on it. Grant Watch, I know that I'm signed up, and you can sign up for that, and they'll come to your email, and you can specify, I'm looking for science, I'm looking for art, I'm looking for technology, and they will let you know grants that are available and things that you can do for it. We definitely want to give a shout out to Brandy from TSIN. She's the director, and she couldn't be with us on this, but she was so instrumental on this rule kit. I mean, every step of the way, she was encouraging us and just trying to make it as good as we could do, because a lot of us, I know we've always started out and we're thinking, how do I begin? It's just overwhelming, and just, start small. My makerspace, when I started in 2018, I was just bringing things from home from my sons. I was bringing chessboards and checkerboards and puzzles and just things that they could build with their hands, where they could talk, where they could communicate and collaborate. And then the critical thinking skills came later on as we just broadened it. But you don't have to have all the fancy equipment. You don't have to wait till you get thousands of dollars. Kids just love to. Most kids are tactile learners. They love to use their hands. They love to do things like this. And here's all the ways to contact us. Definitely, if there's any questions about this or anything as you get started with your STEM program, tsin@battelle.org. Like I said, their website, tsin.org, is where you will find our toolkit, as well as so many other resources. We are also all available to you. There are our emails, and we might want to, in this time remaining, just briefly tell you how we got involved. Like Cedric said, we all started with this task force, but why this rules toolkit is so important to us as educators. And we are, I am a rural county. I'm in Hardenman County, West Tennessee, and it was just really needed. So we are so appreciative of TSIN to create something like this for rural counties and for us to be a part of it. We will share any information if you're just getting started with it, or if you've started a program and want to expand. I think all of us, as we were talking, we have tons of pictures, probably more pictures than you want to see, hundreds and thousands of, I've worked for 2 years at our summer STEM camp at Lone Oaks, where we mainly did ag STEM. And then Kathryn from our art aspect can bring in so much, and Cedric and Sarah too, I know. So I'm thinking as we close, maybe we will just all give kind of brief, just tell you how we got here, why we wanted to be a part of that rural task force, and then from that, how we became a part of creating this. This is the alliance that created the Rural STEM Kit. So Cedric, do you want to start with us?
Sure. So how did I get to this point? It was probably in 2016. I was invited to a summit at the University of Memphis through the West Tennessee STEM Hub and the UT Extension office. The gentleman that actually runs that office, his wife is one of our principals, and we were invited down to the summit. We were kind of interested in some robotics and different things of that nature. And I was able to see Collierville Junior High School. They had created this robot that could actually shoot basketball. And we went down and we saw the project. And from there, the team that I took with me, we just fell in love with STEM. And so we actually brought, the ideals back to our district and started that summer through our 21st century summer camp just looking at some different little STEM things. We did a big project with Legos, as well as some little bits, circuits, and just kind of got started there. And from there, I got connected with TSIN through one of our other educators here at the district at Haywood County that had already attended. And she said, hey, here's the opportunity for STEM, like, let's sign up. And so we signed up for the Rural STEM Collaborative program. And ever since then, I think that was 2017, 2018 for us. And ever since then, we have been on board with TSIN, and any opportunities that I've, personally for myself, that I'm able to grow and bring back to the district, I pretty much try to sign up for those. Our superintendent at the time, he was very instrumental, like, yes, I want you to be a part. And we recently have a new superintendent, and she and I met, and I shared with her, and she was like, yes, I want you to be a part. So we're excited about what the time that we've spent with TSIN, and look forward to more years to come as we continue to learn and grow as professional, as also we can bring back to grow our students.
I'll go next if it's okay.
Yeah.
For years, I was a 6th grade science teacher, and I would attend TETC in Murfreesboro in December. And as I switched from science to STEM, I had one group that I took to MTSU's STEM Expo, and just seeing their involvement in that from a small perspective kind of started the ball rolling. So the next year when I went to TETC, I actually heard Brandy and Evan at the time speak about STEM and just some of the things that they offered. And I was very eager to get into anything. The Rural STEM Collaborative was the first that really spoke to the area where we are in northern Sumner County that's very rural. And just from that, any single thing that I could volunteer for or apply for that TSIN offered, it puts you in such a connection with other schools that are like you that sometimes you don't realize. If you're in a county like ours that's so large, there's not necessarily other schools that are just like mine. But I found it through these partnerships through TSIN that there are other schools out there, and these guys are all part of similar situations. And even if it's not the exact same, we found resources or ideas, or just communicating together, collaborating together. You find other ways to do things, or if somebody's done this and you can take it and make it your own. And through just those experiences with TSIN is kind of how our school's gotten to the point that we are as a STEM designated school, starting out with Rural STEM Collaborative and then the Innovative Leaders Academy, that kind of thing. So anything TSIN has, if you jump on board, they're fantastic resources, and you'll meet people that are just unlimited supplies of ideas and motivation to keep going, I think, too.
Yeah, definitely meeting people through the TSIN and especially other rural educators like ourselves has been incredibly helpful. I'm an elementary art teacher, and when we started our after school program all the way back in 2011, I was trying and struggling to find ways to link art in our program, and it was difficult. I was trying to find PD and it was unavailable, and I saw STEM training and I thought, hey, this is new. So in 2012, I signed up for my very first STEM training through one of our regional STEM hubs. It was up at Reelfoot Lake, and we got to get in canoes and learn about water testing. And that was what really sparked my interest in STEM and a way to connect it to my students' lives. I started a water education program in the backyard of my school, and I've been able to take that education program to schools all over my county during our summer camps. I even taught at town hall, bringing this to them. So it's been wonderful. I did the Rural STEM Collaborative back in, I believe, 2018. And then this last summer, I took part in the TSIN's MEEP Fellowship Manufacturing Externship, and that was wonderful. I was able to partner with a local manufacturing company and then bring a manufacturing unit to these 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders at my school, where they really got to learn and understand what manufacturing is, how it takes place in our county. And my county is very close to where the Blue Oval is going to be. So we're getting our students ready for that whole next generation of STEM jobs. But it's been amazing. Learning about STEM has fundamentally changed the way that I teach, and I feel it's really made me a better teacher. And I'm so thankful for the people at the TSIN and everything that they've done for us in Tennessee schools, and especially in rural communities like ours.
Thank you, everyone. So like I said, the Innovation Summit this year, the theme is sparking curiosity. We really hope we have sparked your curiosity about this toolkit, and any questions you have, like we said, please reach out to us. We are available to give you any guidance or any help in the way we have started this. TSIN is a wonderful resource. Like I said, we feel like they have changed so many things. I just finished up this year in the West Teach program, and we went to the 24 surrounding counties in West Tennessee, just looking at schools and looking at STEM innovation. And it was so great for me to see the high schools, what all they're doing now, down to the elementary. And it really does. And we got to meet, I think the best thing for me, like Cedric and Kathryn were talking about, when you get to see industry, is they brought industry in at every one of our meetings. We met 5 times throughout the year, and they would say, you don't have to teach them the skill. You don't have to teach them how to use the machine. We will train them. Blue Oval said, we will train people. Blue Oval's putting a TCAT at their facility, but they said they need these soft skills. These students need to, and it could be a part of COVID. There's so many reasons that we can say, but they said they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to write emails. We had one a man talk to us, and when the students would come in for interviews, he said, I just couldn't get them to talk. And he said, I put a checkerboard out and just tried to get them to start playing checkers, just to do something to engage them. So we know that STEM, the whole concept of it, with it being that creativity and collaboration, working together, that we help them with those speaking skills. We help them learn how to connect with people. So we are thrilled with everything TSIN is doing. Like I said, we are so appreciative of being a part of this Rural STEM kit. We hope there is something there for everyone. And just we hope you enjoy any other groups that you get to see through the virtual summit, and hope you have a great time.